Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, guys, for the latest in boxing and raw boxing opinions. We got to talk about Luis King Kong Ortiz. We got to talk about Deontay Wilder's most feared and most amazing accomplishment at heavyweight when he fought this undisputed champion, Luis King Kong Ortiz. Luis Ortiz. Now, Luis Ortiz is a guy that Deontay Wilder is, because Deontay Wilder fans hold Luis Ortiz to a high pedestal. Like, they got him high up there. They got him in the level of Mike Tyson in his prime. They got him in the level of Anthony Joshua, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes in their primes. Deontay Wilder fans, when Deontay Wilder would sign the dot to face Luis Ortiz, Deontay Wilder fans started praising Deontay Wilder. They said Luis Ortiz was a killer. This guy's a boogeyman. They started saying shit like, Anthony Joshua should feel embarrassed. Look at what a real, true champion does. He fight the boogeyman. He fight the guy that nobody wants to fight. That's what the true champion does. Guys like his I don't know, Copeland. I don't know what this man is, but Lou DiBella, he was going around saying, look at what Wilder does. This is what a true champion does. He fight guys like Luis Ortiz, the boogeyman. He didn't want to fight Bermane Stiverne. He wanted to fight Luis Ortiz. Joshua ain't doing that shit. They were praising and bigging up Luis Ortiz like he was some kind of fucking astronomical heavyweight. Like he was this unbeatable guy. Like this guy was undisputed at heavyweight. Like they were talking him up like this guy was a problem. Like I can't believe Wilder's taking this risk. I can't believe that shit. This is insane, bro. And then when Wilder beat him, oh my God, they gave him so much credit for beating Luis Ortiz. God damn, he beat the Cuban. He beat Cuban Ortiz. God damn, this guy's unbelievable. This guy's the greatest champion of all time. Luis Ortiz was 39, bro. Luis Ortiz has struggled against Dave Allen, bro. He got hit flush against Dave Allen. Dave Allen is mediocre. He's British level, bro. This guy could not knock out Malik Scott. Derek Chisora. Most people would say that Luis Ortiz is a better fighter than Derek Chisora, but Derek Chisora was able to stop Malik Scott. Deontay Wilder destroyed Malik Scott in one round, although that was very suspect and it looked like it was a fake-ass knockout. It wasn't like Malik Scott had been this guy who was difficult to knock out. He had been knocked out in the past. But King Kong, this supposedly killer, Cuban killer, could not knock him out. Okay? I made a video a long time ago, months ago, saying investigating Luis Ortiz King Kong's resume because people were considering him a boogeyman prior to facing Deontay Wilder. And my whole thing is, if you're considered a boogeyman, you got to have a stacked resume, bro. You got to be facing killers, beating killers. That's a boogeyman. But if you actually take the time and look at Luis Ortiz's resume, the best guys in his resume was Brian Jennings, Brian Jennings was a guy who would always try and give a good effort when it came to fighting guys, the best guys in his division, but he always came up short. All right? He fought Tony Thompson, who was like 49 years old. Okay? He was struggling against guys like Dave Allen and shit. So, Luis Ortiz, I was never impressed. Like I said, look at my videos prior to Luis Ortiz facing Deontay Wilder. I was saying, how is this guy considered a boogeyman? Because I wasn't impressed with his resume back then. But somehow, this is an amazing boogeyman. And then Wilder beats him, and all of a sudden, Wilder just beat... These Deontay Wilder fans act like Wilder just beat a unified, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And now, these Deontay Wilder fans are saying that Luis Ortiz looked horrible against Christian Hammer, and he shot. But the thing is, Luis Ortiz always looked like that. Luis Ortiz was never this guy who was unhittable. Luis Ortiz was never this guy who was just dominating and blistering through these opponents. He was never a guy like that. He had always been able, he was always a vulnerable heavyweight. He was always a guy, like people act like, oh shit, now Luis Ortiz is on the slide. He on the slide because he got a bloody nose against Christian Hammer. Bitch, he was always on the slide. He was always a dude that was getting hit and looked bad. Like I said, he looked bad against Dave Allen. He was getting hit flush. Okay? Even Travis Kaufman was landing on him. All right? This guy was always hittable. He was always in fights where he was getting hit. You know? So these Deontay Wilder fans are basically now saying that, if you think about it, they're making themselves look bad because they went around praising Deontay Wilder for fighting Luis Ortiz, making Luis Ortiz out to be a killer, but now they're saying he's not really that good. So you're kind of discrediting Deontay Wilder, aren't you? Because you were saying for a year that Luis Ortiz was the best opponent Deontay Wilder ever faced, but now you're saying he don't really look that good. But he never looked that good. He was never this like, he was never like a guy who looked unbeatable, basically. All right, because I've seen him get rocked. I've seen him get hit flush. Again, go look at my videos before Deontay Wilder fought him. I was saying, how much of a threat is Luis Ortiz? A. B. I was saying, why are you calling him a boogeyman? Why were people calling him a boogeyman? You know, like I said, the only reason I think now they're trying to say that he ain't shit is because Anthony Joshua came out and mentioned him and said he wants to face him. So this is the only reason I think why now they're trying to say he's shit. Anyway, guys, it's up to say thanks for watching and subscribe for latest in boxing.